Hey guys, I'm coming in for an update on my Duo Evo Plus Instant Pot. I have had this particular one for a little over 4 months now, so I wanted to give you a little bit of a review after 4 months. I'm not going to go into all of the details about the different features of it because I've done other videos on that, which I will link to up in the cards. But in this video, I wanted to just kind of give you an update about what I think of the model and if I would purchase it again, and let you know of the issues that I have had with it thus far. If you haven't followed my saga with my Duo Evo Plus Instant Pots, because I have had 2 now, just real quick as a recap, I got a 8-quart Duo Evo Plus back in November when they first came out. And then in February, I believe it was, I got a error message on my Instant Pot, and it was a fatal error, meaning the Instant Pot was dead. It had to do with the heating element. The pot would not get hot. It got barely warm to the touch, but it wouldn't get hot at all. So I contacted the company and they were amazing, and they sent me a brand new Duo Evo Plus Instant Pot, and I did videos on that whole saga. So if you're interested in that, check the cards up above. So like I said, that was back in February. So I have had this second Duo Evo Plus now for about 4 months. So I've obviously used it quite a bit now. It's on my counter all the time. It's my main go-to Instant Pot these days. So I feel like I know it more and can share with you a few more details about what I think about it and maybe give you an idea of if it's right for you. So first off, the things that I still love about this Instant Pot, number one by far are the handles in the inner pot. Being able to pull it right out of the base without using hot pads, being able to stir it on saute mode without the pot spinning around is amazing. The other thing about these handles and about this pot is that you can use this pot on the stove. So now I have 2 of these bases because I got to keep the one from my first Instant Pot that self-destructed, and I got the new one that had one in it, of course, and so I have 2 of these. I was able to get rid of a giant stock pot that I had that was just for the stove and just use these 2 bases plus one of the glass lids that you can buy for the 8-quart Instant Pots. And those are my 2 main stock pots now. So it eliminated a piece of equipment from my kitchen, and I have the 2 bases so I can switch them out in the Instant Pot or throw them on the stove. I love that functionality of being able to go from Instant Pot to stove. The next thing that I still absolutely love about this Instant Pot is the steam release valve. It kind of meters the steam out a little bit differently, so instead of a big spray of steam, it's kind of more of just a soft cloud. So I feel like I'm not steaming the paint off my kitchen cabinets quite so much. It's just a little poof of steam, and I have not had any issue with it spraying, even when we quick release pasta and stuff like that. I've never had it spray out of the steam release. It just seems like a softer steam release, if that makes sense. So that is another thing that has lived up to the hype, and another thing that I absolutely love about this model of Instant Pot. Now onto the things that I don't love quite so much. So when this model first came out, I was really hoping it would be a touchscreen like the Instant Pot Max, because I absolutely love the touchscreen functionality of that model. But sadly, they did not bring the touchscreen to the Duo Evo Plus. And one thing that I really don't love is the turn knob for doing the time, to change the time. So for example, if I want to cook some broth, and I hit pressure cook and I want to go up to 2 hours, I have to sit here and spin the knob like this all the way up to get to 2 hours. And you can turn off the sound, so if that's an issue, there is a way to turn that off, but it just is kind of annoying to have to sit here and spin the dial. On the older, like just the regular Duo, all you have to do is hit the plus button, and then you can just hold it down and wait for it. It still takes a while, but you don't have to just sit here and spin the dial. So the next issue that I've had with this model and with my previous model is the C8 error popping up on the screen. Now when my Instant Pot self-destructed, it was a C7 error code, and that's a lot more serious. The C8 is an error code for having the wrong base in your Instant Pot. So if you had an 8-quart inner pot that doesn't have the handles, like from a different model, and you tried to put it in here, you're supposed to get the C8 error code saying you don't have the right base in the pot, go get the one that goes with it. The problem is that C8 error code will pop up even when the correct base is in it. And this is an issue I've heard from a lot of people. So seems to be across the board with the Duo Evo Plus. The C8 warning pops up, and it tends to pop up when I have the pot on saute mode. So I'll turn it on saute mode, I'll be cooking up a storm. When the pot is really hot, that's when it seems like I get that error message. So it must have something to do with the high heat. So some people say that if they keep their Instant Pot on a lower saute setting, lower heat, that they don't get that error code. But one of the things I absolutely love about the Instant Pot is being able to sear meat at high heat and like saute vegetables and stuff before I pressure cook. And so to always use it on a lower heat is just not functional for me. And probably in the 4 months since I've been using this pot, I've probably got that error message 5 times maybe. So it doesn't happen every time, but it's enough that it's kind of annoying and it makes me worry about the quality of the product overall. When that error message pops up, there's nothing I can do on the face of it to make it go away. I have to unplug the pot and let it cool down a little bit, and then I'm able to plug it back in and start it up again. But when you're sauteing something or searing something, that's really annoying, and it really cuts down on the functionality to have to unplug the pot and let it cool off before you keep cooking. One more con I wanted to mention is I had hoped that with the newest model Instant Pot, the Duo Evo Plus, that they would have worked on it so that it wouldn't get the burn error message quite so often, but I have found that to be sadly not the case. I get a lot of burn messages with this. I have to be really careful about what I put in, that make sure the stuff is not too thick, make sure I don't cook too much rice at a time because the rice kind of settles to the bottom and weighs down and the Instant Pot burns on the bottom. I get way more burn messages with this pot than I do with a basic Duo Instant Pot. So those are my major pros and cons with this Instant Pot model. And now on to if I would purchase this model again, if I had it to do over, and if maybe you should purchase it or not. For myself, I would purchase it again. And that's because I love the handles on the inner pot so much, and I love the steam release so much. I also love the customer service at Instant Pot. And if it didn't have that good of customer service, I would not recommend buying this pot because of the worries I have about the quality. But since they have such an incredible reputation of taking care of their customers and making it right if an Instant Pot does fail, I still would go ahead and purchase this model. Now, if you live in a place where it's difficult to get a replacement shipped to you or something like that, or you just need an Instant Pot that's gonna last as long as possible without having to worry about contacting customer service and getting a replacement, I do not recommend this model. And honestly, I've had the best experience with just the basic Instant Pot Duo series. That model has been around for a long time now, and I get honestly the least burn messages, have the best results with that model. I've done tests with cheesecakes, and I will get an incredible result of a cheesecake with the Instant Pot Duo, and then get like a souffled type cheesecake with other models. And it has something to do with the way it heats at the beginning, I think. That's my best guess. But all in all, I just have the best results with the regular Duo Instant Pot. So if you just really want a workhorse Instant Pot that's gonna do everything that you need, and you're not really worried so much about the handles and the steam release, then absolutely go for the Duo. So those are my basic thoughts after 6 months of owning Duo Evo Plus Instant Pots. I hope I answered all of your questions. Let me know down in the comments if you have any that I didn't answer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.